What? Are we live? I think we're live. Oh, we're on. Whoa. It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. What's going on? What is going on, man? What is up out there? What is up? What's going on, DNZ? Sigmund PMI Cactus. Good eye. That's scorching hot down under. Glenn Davis, Gabe. Whoa. Drinking some raw milk, dude. Yeah. Big Al. I don't know, dude. We are good to see you too, Bradley. Grateful Ed. What's going on? Had a successful day of rock hounding out in the desert. That's what's going on. We're getting ready for the big storm. Supposedly there's a big storm coming through, gonna drop some moisture out of the sky. And we're snow sleet, dude. Yeah, we're hoping to get a bunch of rain up here, dude. Looks like it could actually be a gully washer. I like a real gully washer in the whole zone. So that's good. Been raining in eastern Tennessee. Yeah, man, it's well, it has not been raining here at all. So that this is going to be good, dude. Flow seeker, what's happening? What's going on out there, man? Omaha, Nebraska, Midwest getting blasted tonight, dude. Epic. Good, man. It's wintertime, dude. We got to get blasted while we can in the winter time, dude. Iowa, yeah, it gets blasted out there, dude. So I've been reading this book about Lincoln's train ride for his inauguration, right? So Lincoln's got to take a train ride from Springfield to Washington, D.C. for his inauguration. And it's kind of a big deal. But what I found interesting about it is in 1859, 1860, it's talking about the telegraph, right? Because they did the telegraph back then to get their news around. And it literally, they're saying the same thing about the telegraph in 1859 that they're saying about the internet nowadays. It's about like false news and the information is moving faster than the truth. It's very interesting how like nothing that's going on now is new. It's really just a rehash. So I think that's why you got it. We need to read more about the mid 1800s. To me, it's all very interesting. So yeah, they're talking about how the telegraph moves information quicker than people can process it, and how, like, all the thinkers and the intellectuals are horrified that they call it the lightning. The telegraph was called the lightning back in the day, and it's moving the information around quicker than they can lie, dude. Quicker than the propaganda can propagandize. And it's just funny. I just think it's funny because you're reading these excerpts from that time period, and it's got the same, like the same vibe about the election of Lincoln. It's very much, and the scary thing, dude, is Lincoln was very much an authoritarian, dude. So get ready. So I thought that was interesting. And then did you know? So I was reading about Lincoln last night, and there was one of the people that was there for his inauguration also was at McKinley's eulogy, because McKinley was assassinated, right, by an anarchist. And so I got all curious. I was like, I went in to like do a little research on presidents assassinated, and I got into all like the attempts on the presidents. And did you know that in 1950 the Zionist tried to assassinate Eisenhower? I had no idea either that the Zionist, the actual Zionist, the member of the Lehigh movement, tried to assassinate Eisenhower. I thought that was very interesting, dude. Very, very interesting. How these things are not new. These things are have been around for a long time, percolating under the system, dude. Yeah. It was fascinating because I didn't know that there was two separate attempts on Eisenhower's life, dude. Because Eisenhower, it's interesting because Eisenhower was trying to slow the quota of Eastern Europeans that were coming in after World War II to what was then the state of Palestine. And the Zionists were super pissed about it because Eisenhower was trying to keep the numbers down. So they tried to assassinate him, dude, in what was called what was it called, dude? Wait. I gotta go. I have my history. Just a second. It was hasn't. I didn't see. It's like this chunk of history. It was called the Jewish insurgency in mandatory Palestine, dude. In February 44 to May 1948. It's very interesting when you read about the Jewish insurgency in mandatory Palestine, dude. Just go look it up, dude. It's a lot of reading. But you really realize that what is going on now, the level of violence is not new. It's been going on since the mid 40s, dude. I had no idea. Actually, I had no idea that it was that level of violence from Jump Street even then, dude. To the point where they were trying to assassinate Eisenhower. The Zionists were trying to so you can see now, like maybe it's not so odd what's going on, dude. I don't know, dude. But was Abraham Lincoln a vampire hunter? No, dude. He was an interesting dude. I find that to be like that period around pre-Civil War is fascinating, dude. Is a fascinating period because I think it's hard to fathom that in 18 that did you know that and again I like sharing what I'm learning because I'm like, whoa, dude, did you know that the Republican Party was only 6 years old when 6 years had only been 6 years old? It sounds like you're talking about me. The Republican Party was only 6 years old when Lincoln's elected as a Republican to be the president. And Lincoln's a relatively unknown dude at the time, dude. And he only gets in because the vote was split between the two Democratic factions, and that the location of Washington, D.C. as the capital city is a very interesting thing. That's where I'm going to go digging in next, dude, because John Adams and Jefferson and all these guys have a meeting in New York about putting the capital in Washington, D.C. And this book I'm reading gets all into like how Washington, D.C. didn't make really any logical sense to put a capital city because the Potomac is an unnavigable river, dude. And I just found it interesting, dude, that what is going on is somewhat fascinating. So I was reading about it. It was all about, and you really kind of forget that when the Civil War kicks off, the nation is really young and new, and it was. And up until that point, the South had ultimately kind of, Lincoln's the first non-Southerner to be like elected president too. It's very trippy, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. Go read for yourself, dude. Have you ever read Into the Mexican War? Yeah, the Mexican War is interesting. I've more read it from a perspective. I've more read about it from a perspective of Civil War generals because almost all of the main generals in the Civil War fought together in the Mexican War, dude. Yeah, they go off, dude. The battle of Guadalupe and stuff, dude. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, dude. The whole thing with the war against Mexico, man. It was interesting. I was doing some reading on John Brown last night too, dude. Yeah, like why kind of got interested. I didn't know that John Wilkes Booth was at John Brown's hanging. Like that was what's interesting. It's interesting because Stonewall Jackson is the colonel who goes and gets John Brown from Harper's Ferry, dude. And then at the hanging is John Wilkes Booth is at the hanging of John Brown. John Wilkes Booth also performs for Lincoln on his trip to the inauguration, which I think is super interesting, man. John Wilkes Booth's all over the place too, dude. That's why I think that period of American history is so interesting is everybody sort of commingles as runs across each other's path in this very interesting way because the population is relatively small back then, and how people moved was through very similar corridors. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a lot of the movement of people back in that period of time. They all go through these nodal points, dude, because it wasn't like now where everybody just moves around at will, whatever. It's like everybody, if you went from the East Coast of America to the West Coast of America during that period of time, you're going through St. Louis, dude. You know what I mean? Like odds are you're going through St. Louis or you're taking a ship around, dude. So it's very interesting that all these people and I always you really forget that like Baltimore was like predominantly like the head of like the slave industry to Baltimore, dude. Because like Baltimore's like in a forgotten American city, dude. But when you read about Baltimore in 1859, dude, it's pretty interesting that how slavery bent Maryland is, dude, and how deep in that, like how like when you're reading about like Lincoln and all these dudes, like they're pretty nervous about going to Washington D.C. because it's in the South, dude. They're worried that they're worried that Washington D.C. is going to be invaded at any given moment because there's slaves in Washington, D.C. prior to the Civil War, dude. And like right there. It's crazy, dude. It's just I just find it very interesting of how when you read about that period of time, like the like by like the fuse had been lit so long before the Civil War actually like turns into the bloodbath it turns into, that the time to have stopped the Civil War was like during the like when you study like the Great Compromise, right? Like when was the original Constitutional Convention was in what 1780? When is the first constitutional convention? Is the Constitutional Convention is in 1787, right? And it's interesting. So the Constitutional Convention is like 11 years after 1776, right? So we, like I think like that's one of the things that we forget, like misconception is like 1776 is like the Declaration of Independence, but it's another 11 years till the Constitution gets ratified. It's 11 years later that the Constitution gets ratified. And when the Constitution gets ratified, there is the Great Compromise. So you could argue that the Civil War starts with the Great Compromise, because that's what the Great Compromise is about the Senate and the House of Representatives as the legislative body, because the South won't join the Union. My battery's running low, so I'm gonna have to change the light here. Wait just a second. So you can really get the flavor that, you know, the Civil War starts, you know, 87, 50 some years earlier, dude. It's pretty crazy, dude, because that one issue doesn't get resolved. It gets definitely debated about in the when they're having, like, Al and I were studying the Constitutional Convention, right? The other year pretty heavily, dude. And you really get into what the Great Compromise was about, like why the House of Representatives and the Senate are these sort of really, it is a revolutionary forming of a legislative body that I don't think people truly wrap their heads around, why there are the Senate and the House of Representatives, man. And it was all to alleviate, to get the South to ratify the Constitution, right? Because the South was like, we're not in, dude. We don't want to join because they were like relatively like unpopulated agricultural states, right? And so like they weren't that fired up on joining the Union yeah, they were stoked, like, yeah, everyone was all about like the getting away from the crown. But 11 years later, when they're at the Constitutional Convention, right, they got to organize everything because of the monies are all different and the laws are all over the place with states' rights. The South isn't that fired up about like the way the legislative body is going to be. And that's what the Great Compromise is about, is the House of Representatives is based upon population, and the Senate is a guaranteed body that's equal from state to state. So it doesn't matter what your population is, because the South was definitely horrified at the North because it had all the big cities, dude. And I think it's fascinating when you really realize how much power the South was wielding up until Lincoln gets elected. And he gets elected by a full, like, he gets elected by the lowest margin in American history, dude. Like the lowest, he gets elected by like the lowest margin of any president in our history. Lincoln gets elected. And he goes in there and I think it's interesting. So here we are, man, in 2025, dude. Some gnarly stuff's coming in, dude. The hustle is for real, dude. Released my double. Ben Miller released his double EP on Friday. The words of this channel got me fired up to do something with my creativity. Thanks for the inspiration. Right on, Ben Miller, man. Be stoked to listen to some of that, dude. It's yeah, it's very fractal. Bradley Horowitz. Yeah, very fractal and there's something crazy going on. I can't wrap my head around it. Yeah, it's a fascinating. If we don't bind together, we're done. Yeah, but I'm not binding with this, dude. I'm not binding with what's coming down. I'm opting out, dude. Sorry, dude. Like if that's what we're doing together, I'm out, bro. Like, dude, I ain't doing that, man. I will not green light or be supportive or rally for what seems to be like it's well on its way to occurring here, man. It is crazy town, dude. Yes, that is Geronimo over my shoulder, dude. Yeah, dude, it's I look at the parallels of what's going on in I guess that's why I'm thinking about this is I think a fuse got lit a while ago, and now we're just about ready to catch the ripple of the explosion, dude. I know it's like a hustle. Did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch the trophy that Netanyahu gave Orange Caesar, dude? It's crazy, dude. It's a golden pager, dude. Like, dude, like that is gross, man. Like gross. The golden beeper, dude. That is sick. That is sick, dude. Like there's a level of like sick going on right now, and I like the distraction stuff, but it's weird, like from the kids never got to grow up good, and it sucks. Kids are all right, dude. It's what I'm getting at is something sinister is afoot. Like something sinister for Gaza. Yeah, dude. The Pacific Palestine, dude, the whole thing. Get off the grid, dude. Yeah, I mean, gold pager go boom, dude. It's it's funny. The level of insanity like yesterday kind of blew my mind, dude. I like look, I'll be like on the let me start on the upswing of it all. Maybe we'll go backwards. I have no fear, dude. Have no fear for atomic energy. Can none of it stop the time, dude? Wait, let's wait a second, bro. Hold on, dude. Where is it? I got it right here. I again is when all else fails. When all else fails, listen to Bob Marley Uprising, dude. When all else fails, listen to Bob Marley Uprising, dude. All right, dude. Like Bob Marley Uprising, start to finish, like is the thing, dude. Would you like it? And this is from coming in from the cold, dude. Would you like the system make you kill your brother, man? No, Dread, no. Would you make the system make you kill your brother, man? Well, the biggest man you ever see was just a baby. It's funny. It doesn't translate well lyrically, like without the music. But what I'm getting at is Bob Marley Uprising lays it all out, dude. And there is no need to fear any of this stuff, but it is highly alarming what is about to occur. I don't know if it's a joke. Like that's where I've been trying to figure out if this is a joke or not. Because if you had asked me, look, I'll be super clear, man. Like I didn't vote for the orange man on this one issue and one issue alone, dude. And I'm going to be proven right here. It looks like that we have a maniacal lunatic, dude, in the grips of some sort of psychosis, dude, where like genocide seems like a reasonable answer, dude. I don't like it, dude, but I'm not worried, like, ooh, because I don't know, man. It's like why even trip on the negative? But I mean, it is rather psychotic, dude. Like that whole like we're going to buy what, like, wait a second, let me just pull it up, dude. Where is the line that's too epic? Commit wait, here it is. Wait, let me take a refresher of this. Let's look at this because this looks like a really bad Monty Python skit, dude. If you ask me, this is like the darkest Monty Python skit of all time, dude. And here we go, dude. Wait, let's take a look at this. And
to buying and owning Gaza. As far as us,
wait, did I hear that right?
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza. As far as us rebuilding it, we may give it to other states in the Middle East to build sections of it. Other people may do it through our auspices, but we're committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure that Hamas doesn't move back. There's nothing to move back into. The place is a demolition site. It'll be the remainder will be demolished. Everything's demolished. I mean, you can't live in those buildings right now; they're very unsafe. But we'll make it into a very good site for future development by somebody. We'll let other countries develop parts of it. It'll be beautiful. People can come from all over the world and live there. But we're going to take care of the Palestinians. They don't want to go back to Gaza. As I said, I've said it a lot. They only go back because they have no alternative.
Dude, this guy's dude. This is the same. By the way, almost be equivalent to what they were talking about the original people in the plains of America, dude. The Sioux, the Lakota, the Blackfeet, the Nez Perce, the Cheyenne, the Apache, the Comanche, dude. Like, dude, is this dude for real? Like, dude, I know, dude, this is all distraction on the digital thing. The digital thing doesn't bother me though. Not that the digital hustle bustle thing. I more think that like we are actually getting like Book of Revelation. Like for the first time, truly, I'm sitting back and being like, wow, man, like, is this because Pete Hegseth, right? Pete Hegseth's a Third Temple guy. Dude, you got a lot of Third Temple dudes all over the new administration. You got two groups of people in the new administration. You have the digital oligarchies with their digital thing, and then you've got all the Third Temple guys, dude. Where is the other half? So you have these two weird groups of people, man, and they all are chomping at like sort of a dark bit. But we know the good news at the end, dude. Like, it doesn't. It's weird. I just think that right, we're due. Look, everybody's been. I don't know. We're due, dude. It's not who I just like that. I just want to ask a simple question right here. Wait, back to this for a minute, dude. Because this is too crazy, dude. And notice he's got his whole dumb Gulf of America thing in there. What is this dude talking about? Can someone tell me?
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza.
He's committed to buying and owning Gaza, dude. Like, listen, man. I hope all the dumb lefties that got this dude here because of their utter incompetence and woke idiocracy join together with their maggot-tarded bros to realize they got snookered. These two groups of people have worked together and all of them are going to get bunny ear pockets, man. Everybody loses on this deal. Because if this is what this dude's, what are we, 22 days into it? 22 days into this thing, this dude's like, I'm going to buy Gaza. What? I don't remember. I follow this stuff pretty well, dude. I'm pretty sure that the kind of the American vibe is like let's focus on our own backyard for a minute, dude. It's more it's all over. I don't do doomsday, dude. You gotta look. I'm gonna go back to that rant I did. I think there's a giant misunderstanding of how annoyed everybody else on the schoolyard is, dude. Like this is gonna be one of those movies where right, isn't it Lord and the Flies when they all join together to take out the other dudes? Is it Lord of the Flies, man? It's like that. Like at a certain point, everyone's just gonna be like, these guys suck, dude. I'm surprised they're not there yet, dude. It's idiocracy, dude. People aren't waking up, dude. I go and read the comments to a lot of this stuff. The level of grossness in the American psyche blows my mind. Like it's crazy, dude. Like people are pretty gross, dude. I've had trouble lately dealing with the concept that the humans are really this crazy. Orange Man will have the record of Sharpies used in a month. It's way too rah. It's weird. It's not even rah. It's like I said, is if you go and I guess that's why I was bringing up the thing. When you're reading about the Civil War, most of us start reading the Civil War from Fort Sumter or the inauguration of Lincoln because it all kind of coincides. But when you really start reading about pre-Civil War, the fuse gets lit a long time before that, where like when you read what is it about bleeding Kansas and stuff, right? Is it bleeding Kansas, bleeding Iowa, bleeding Kansas, right? Like when you really read, because John Brown's up in the Kansas thing, dude, and Leavenworth and all those things, like that's popping off like 6 years prior to the Civil War, right? So you could argue that the Civil War, by the time they actually start shooting at each other, like there was no stopping it. Like when you really read about Seward and those, because Seward thinks he's going to win, right? And thinks he should, because he's trying to stop the states from seceding, because once they secede, it's on, dude. And then when you go and read about Germany in the in the 30s, right? Most people think that the beginning of World War II and the bad vibes begin when Germany invades Poland, dude, right? But when you really read into it, like the switch gets flipped like 5 years before that, where there's a moment where like the Nazi Party of Germany doesn't have that much power, and who cucks the hardest in Germany in the 30s? Like who holds the bag with why the Nazis get as much power as they do? It is the Christians of Germany that cuck and go quiet and allow what is a fledgling political movement turn into a raging inferno, dude. And so like again, and you again look at like who's the group of people that are truly greenlighting the Civil War stuff. It's two groups of Christians. It's the Southern Christians who are like, slavery, the Bible says we can have slaves, and the Northers like, no, dude, it says we don't, and we're going to war about it. Like, and so I look at this again as that's why I was trying to say the other day when Orange Man's talking about we need more religion. We need more religion in America. He's not talking about God. He's not talking about God. He's talking about religion, dude, because religion is a great catalyst for catastrophe, man. Nothing has spilt more of humanity's blood than religion, because religion isn't God. Religion is it's sort of like what I always talk about here, the difference between the constitutional republic of the United States of America and the corporation of the United States of America. It's like two entities. One is pretending to be the other to take your God-given rights from you by pretending to be that. And that's sort of what religion does. Religion pretends to be a God-based system, and it's not. It's religion, dude. It's a corporate system instituted to fool human beings into thinking that is the pathway to God. And as a Christian, like, it's all laid out in the Bible, dude. Like, I don't do religion, man. I've been getting super like weary of all of it lately, dude. And so I see that we're in a very, I think the fuse got lit years ago, and I think that the hustle, I don't think they could have gotten away with it 4 years ago. Thank you, Cactus. I don't think they could have gotten away with this in 2020. Like, if Orange Man had come walking in 2020, they couldn't have pulled it off. But you had 4 years of by design cuckery of Biden and all the weirdo lefty liberal types that ushered in this weird new thing, and they've disappeared, bro. Like they've disappeared. Like, you can listen to them, like, what happened? Like, you can listen to like real like lefties, because you have to understand that the real lefties, the real progressive lefties, aren't part of the woke thing. Like, I don't think if people truly understand, like, the real lefties, go listen to like dudes like on Do Dissidents, or go listen to Sabby Sabs, or go listen to Brianna Joy Gray. Like, they're real progressive lefties. They're not woke. They don't want to have anything to do with the woke agenda. In fact, they argue that is being put in place by the deep state to dismantle the progressive left. And you can, I have my issues with the progressive left, because I'm not by my nature, I'm not a communist, but it's very interesting that here we are, that it does appear to me that the progressive movement, as the woke progressive movement, is pretty much responsible for the takeover of the ignorant magatard thing that is getting co-opted by Make Israel Great Again, dude. It's pretty wild to watch, dude. Like I'm telling you, dude, all those troops on the border aren't for to keep anyone out. They're to keep you in, dude. Just so you know, dude. Babylonians, yeah, dude. The two dudes are fantastic. So I find it very like trippy, dude. Like I didn't really think it would be this quick, dude. Like if we're 22 days in, dude, if you had told me 23 days ago that 22 days in the Orange Man was going to be like, we're going to buy Gaza and kick everybody out and build like a casino and timeshares on the Caribbean, and I would be like, dude, nah, he's not that off the deep end, dude. I like listen, part of me was like, man, I hope this dude like isn't a warmonger, but he seems to be, dude. I guess we're gonna find out here in 4 days, right? What is the deadline? Saturday at 12. Saturday at 12. Hell will be unleashed. Isn't that what he said? Hell will be unleashed. Like that is, dude. Can you? All right. Can we talk about this? Like, I will argue that dude's a Satanist by saying that alone. So let me get this. Supposedly, a Christian dude is saying that hell will be unleashed. So, Christian dude's gonna unleash hell. I'm going to like, dude. So imagine your pastor is at your church, bro, and he's like, if we don't get in the tithings that we desire, hell will be unleashed upon the congregation. You'd be like, I'm out of here, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you ain't like that is crazy talk, dude. No dude can claim to be a Christian going, hey, hell will be unleashed. And like sitting back there and by the way, let's be clear, dude. 3 weeks ago, the Orange Caesar claimed that the peace progress was his responsibility. His dude went in, negotiated it. By the way, somebody's like, we're not doing the dribs and drabs. The dribs and drabs. Dude, we're not doing the dribs and drabs, dude. Is because that's his dribs and drabs plan that his dude went and negotiated. But I don't think anyone's following the script that well, dude. Like the Orange Man, when he's saying that they're not following like it was his organized ceasefire. Dude, this dude's like, I'm telling you, if you were sitting over there, you would be like, oh, bro, like fuck this guy, man. Like it's game on, bro. It's very interesting. It's Saturday night, high noon. I was wondering, is it whose 12 o'clock is that, dude? Whose high noon is it, dude? Is it their high noon or our high noon? Because that's a difference of 12 hours, dude. The Elon Musk salute, who cares, dude? It's yeah, I as a Christian, I can claim I struggle living it every day. I struggle to live and every day in the light of what it is. It's all a show. Well, yes, it's all a show, but it has real consequences, dude. Like, hey, I told you, someone's gonna catch a bomb on their head, dude. The Elon Musk stuff. Listen, like I personally, dude, I'm all about ending the board of education. That's fine with me. They can end USAID. Did you get the thing where the guy from the Treasury is like, we don't even run the Treasury anyhow. That comes from the Federal Reserve, dude. I mean, did you get that clip, dude? Where is it? Has what is the guy, dude? Treasury had. Where is he? We're fucking. I should have got that was a key clip, dude. Had a Treasury about. about payments, about he admits that the Federal Reserve's running the show. And all the right wingers were like, no, dude, see, like it was very interesting because they admit they didn't even hear what the dude said. Whereas where is it? Here it is. Wait, hold on. All right, we got to get, because I think most people miss this, dude. You had the Treasury Secretary straight admit that they don't, that the Feds, that the Federal Reserve's in charge. And we know the Federal Reserve's not part of our country, right? It's an outside private agency, dude. But where is it, dude? Here we go. Share. Let's look at this.
To sensitive payment system could affect the Treasuries market or cause any disruption?
Good. Well, Saleha, thank you for asking me about it. These are Treasury employees. It is 2 Treasury employees, one of whom I personally interviewed in his final
This
round.
guy's
There is no tinkering with the system. They are on an operational program to suggest improvement. So we make 1.3 billion people who are working with a group of longstanding employees.
The letter that the Treasury Department sent access
Than you would have at a private company. And by the way, the ability to change the system sits over at the Federal Reserve. So it doesn't even lie in this building. So they could make suggestions on how to change the system, but we don't even run the system.
And if they ask for...
He admits it. He admits who's running the Treasury. It's an outside of our country, a private entity.
On how to change the system, but we don't even run the system.
And if they ask for, if they request the ability to change the system, would you grant that?
No, again, they have no ability to change the system. I have no ability to grant that change. That they can make suggestions, then it would go to the Federal Reserve, and just like any large ERP system, there would be tests, there would be this, there would be that, and then the Fed will determine whether these changes are robust or not.
As the Secretary of Treasury, you also oversee the IRS. Do you know what...
Dude, like, does anyone like understand that the Treasury straight up admitted that the Federal Reserve Bank is running the Treasury, dude? Like, everyone missed that one. Everyone's so busy defending Elon that when the Treasury Secretary admits for the first time, by the way, pretty privately, dude, that the Federal Reserve Bank is running the Treasury. Dude, does anyone know that that's a private entity? Che Garcia apparently does, dude. That the Treasury Department's being run by an agency outside of the purview of the United States government, man. It's crazy. And no one picked that up because everybody's defending Elon, dude. Like the Elon sideshow is crazy, dude. It's pretty wild, man. So I think that like on like a level, like it's already done. Like I don't really think. Like I at this point, 22 days in, I'm ready to wake up in the new crazy America, like one of those crazy movies where you're like, whoa, dude, because that's, again, if you read about the Civil War or Germany in the 30s, one day they woke up and there was no going back. Like one day they woke up and it's like, oh, I no longer live in Germany. I live in Nazi Germany. Like one day it was just too late. Like, and the same thing, you read like these books, like there's this gal, Mary Chestnut, who kept a diary of the whole thing. It's like, yeah, all of a sudden one day they woke up and there's no turning back. No turning back. And they all, dude, you have to understand the psyche of most people. It was that the Civil War was going to last like a day. Like they said, like all the rhetoric was that we're not going to spill more than a thimble full of blood, dude. That's why, like, I highly suggest people read about the Civil War, dude, and before not the actual Civil War, because the Civil War itself is just bloodletting, dude. But prior to the Civil War, dude, like the year leading up to the shots being fired at Fort Sumter is fascinating, because the propaganda is that that it's not going to be a bloodbath. That's how they get away with it, dude. And meanwhile, all the generals are like, dude, this is bad. Like, we don't want to do this. It's crazy, dude. Like, if you read about like Stonewall Jackson, and you have to understand, all the generals fought with each other in the Mexican War, right? The war with Mexico. So they all knew each other's abilities. And they were all like, dude, like Stonewall Jackson's the only way we can do this is a black flag war. Kill everybody that we come in contact across the board, dude. Or it's going to go on forever. We just got to come in hot. You just got to come in hot. And they didn't listen to him. And the same with the guys on the north were like, you just got to go all in or nothing, dude. And they didn't. And that's why it was such a fiasco, dude. It's gnarly, dude. So I think on this level, I think we're past the fail-safe point, dude. I think we might have truly entered. The irony of it is what if all the crazy lefties weren't wrong? Like they were so wrong that you couldn't take them serious. But what if they were right about one thing, dude? And one thing that is the one thing you wouldn't want them to be right about, that some sort of crazy totalitarian takeover was happening. It looks to me like it is, dude. I mean, I don't know, dude. I'm pretty skeptical about what's coming on, because we're like 3 weeks in, and it looks pretty authoritarian to me. But hey, maybe I'm wrong, dude. I don't know, dude. I could be totally misreading this. I could be misreading the dude who's like, I could be misreading let's go. Let's take a look, quick reinterpret. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what this dude's saying right here. Wait a minute. Let's check it out, dude. I could just be hearing this wrong. I could be hearing this wrong. Let's take another look again. Am I hearing this wrong?
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza. As far as us rebuilding it, we may give it to other states in the Middle East to build sections of it. Other people may do it through our auspices, but we're committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure that Hamas doesn't move back. There's nothing to move back into. The places.
Wait, maybe I heard him wrong.
Owning it, taking it, and making.
Maybe I heard him wrong. Maybe I heard him wrong, dude.
Committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure. Committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure that Hamas doesn't move back. There's nothing to move back.
Let's see.
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza. As far as
who do you buy Gaza from, dude? That's what I'm curious. Like who's the real estate agent in charge, dude? Like who and why do we want to own it? Can anyone explain to me, like again, I want to hear from a MAGA person. Like, why is this what you had in mind? Bro, because this dude doesn't seem that focused on helping your senior citizens out with their healthcare expenses. Call me crazy. This doesn't seem to be a plan to alleviate our tax burdens. I don't sense that owning Gaza or buying Gaza is going to help America in any way. Call me crazy. I mean, I'm just a dude sitting in an office making YouTube videos, but I'm not quite sure how that works. I just sense a lot of people aren't gonna be like down with that deal. I don't know who's sitting there on the other side of the world like a pretty solid real estate deal. Of course, dude. Of course you want to buy the beachfront lot on the Mediterranean. I mean, why not go redevelop Libya, dude? Didn't we destroy Libya too, dude? Like, that's beachfront Mediterranean property, dude. And sensing what you've been sensing, dude. So yeah, he's you know what the irony is unfortunately American history is covered with genocidal land seizure tendencies, dude. So this would so in again, I've always said it before, just pick a lane. If we're going to be a genocidal like nation, like, okay, like, let's do it, dude. Let's just sweep south. Let's just sweep south. Because there's a lot of good surf spots down south, dude, that we could just own, dude. Like, just take them, just eliminate everybody. You guys are out of here, dude. Right? And because the history of America is I mean, ask this dude. that dude will tell you, bro. That dude sat in prison in Florida. That dude sat in prison in Florida for fighting the good fight. They killed all of his people, dude. Ask this dude, man. Ask Chief Red Cloud if this would be an anomaly in American history, that the leadership of the United States of America would greenlight genocide of indigenous people for the sake of a development project. I mean, it's never happened in our history. Oh, that's right. That's all that's happened in our history. I mean, so this isn't an anomaly. That's the thing I think that's hard to wrap our head around, is like, this isn't out of the norm in American history and culture. We are a nation that has built itself on seizing other people's lands and then eliminating them from the face of the earth when they pushed back. I mean, like, technically, like, the Black Hills of South Dakota are supposed to belong to the Lakota, dude, I believe, right? It's the Lakota. It's so I don't, so that's more where I kind of trip out on it. I go, when I heard him say it at first, I got like pissed. Like, well, what do you mean, dude? And then I went, well, this wouldn't be the first time that an American president has been like, we need to relocate the indigenous people that live there. I forgot Andrew Jackson, Trail of Tears, dude. Let's not forget Andrew Jackson and the Trail of Tears, dude. And so our history as a nation is replete with genocidal land seizures, dude. So business as usual, from what I can tell. Business as usual, from what I can tell. So people are still ripping bong hits, dude. I don't know, dude. Yeah, the Lakota. We said take backsies multiple times, dude. I'm rubber, you're glue. You're not going to get me to like whitewash the original tribes. Let's not forget that. Just stand. So let's be clear. Like, the Sioux murdered their way westward, right? The Comanche got the horse and murdered their way through it too, dude. So yeah, I will never ever gloss over the nature again. And I will argue right here, right now, that human beings are genocidal by their very nature. And that it's either we're going to regress back into our primitive state as genocidal people, or we're not. maybe that is, the Mongolians, the Alexander the Great, the Japanese, dude. I mean, let's not forget about the raping of Nanking, dude, right? Let's not forget about the raping of Nanking by the Japanese, right? Genocide. So human history all around the globe is ripe with this, but I think on a certain level, we're supposed to rise above the need to do that. I think that is supposedly what the advancement of the human psyche and spirituality and technology is supposed to allow us to do, is to stop needing to genocide each other. I mean, I don't know, dude. Maybe not. Maybe that's just who we are, and that's just what we do, and that's just the way it goes, and better them than me, kind of thing, right? Is that the cop out way? It is like, I just go surfing, dude. Fuck them, dude. What does it matter to me, dude? I'm surfing, dude. I'm paddling out in the ocean and getting barreled, dude. Who cares, dude? Right? It's just humans doing human things. Humans doing human things, dude. Just a February genocide, dude, somewhere on spaceship Earth. Or is that I don't know, dude. I'm like, listen, man, like I'm not in denial of the human, because listen to me, man. Like I've told you before, like 7 million of you are all into the wood chipper if I got my way, dude, or 8 billion, whatever the number is. I am the number one genocidal lunatic, dude. So that's why I always trip when people are like, oh my God, the eugenicists are about to like take over with their AI genocidal euthogenics thing. And I go, yeah, but isn't that what we do? Why are those dudes bad for doing it with their computers? Why are the computer dudes like any worse than the warmonger dudes? That, because apparently human beings don't care enough to like stop this insanity. I mean, that's what I see. I see that human beings are going to get behind their team and just rah this thing all the way to the end zone. Like, yeah, dude, more people are concerned with Taylor Swift getting booed at the Super Bowl than the Orange Caesar just being like, we're going to own the Gaza and they're out, dude. So, humanity is sick and bound for self-destruction. I don't know, man. Like, bring back Genghis Khan, dude. That dude was a far better warlord than most of these guys, because he was just like a finisher. He was a finisher. Like, if you're gonna take from that play, you should take from the Genghis Khan playbook, dude. Desensitize. We haven't become desensitized. That's why I highly suggest people read, and that's why I don't think you need to go back that far. Go read about Germany in the 30s, dude. This isn't like some new. Go read about the Civil War. It's not some new, like, oh my God, people are like desensitized because of TikTok and too much, Saturday Night Live or football or whatever it is. No, it's people are lazy. I was talking to someone the other day about the woke thing, right? Like, because we live in a fairly like conservative area, right? And so I got in trouble. I got the other day at Little League. I misgendered a mom, because the mom, for all intents and purposes, could have. I'm dealing with like 5-year-old kids, so all I see is like from the 5-year-old level down, because I'm talking to 5-year-olds. So someone walked up in cargo shorts and boots and the whole thing, and I was like, well, just give this to your, give your glove and your bat and your helmet to your dad. And all of a sudden I hear, I'm not his dad, I'm his mom. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I had misgendered somebody, dude. And again, I don't care one way or the other, dude. Like at the end of the day, do your thing, dude. I have no ill will towards anyone. But when I was tripping, someone was asking me about it. Like they're like, yeah, this is a pretty conservative area. And I go, it's not like conservatives aren't like that. Conservatives are just lazy. Like the whole woke thing wasn't because people are against the woke thing. It's they just didn't want to be bothered, dude. They just didn't want to have to think too much. Like the minute they started being like, what's your gender? Like your average conservatives, like, dude, like I don't have the bandwidth to even like you. Why are you bugging me with this stuff, dude? We're getting somewhere. Hello. We're back. We were getting somewhere. They didn't like where we were going. Yeah, we got clipped for that. No, they cut my signal for a minute. Like a little reminder to, hey, dude, you're getting over the target. So what I was getting at was like most of your conservatives don't really care. They just don't want to be bothered. So the minute you made them like have to like do any extra like bandwidth, they got all like riled, like, dude, like those dudes are out. Like, and again, that was why the left pushed too hard. Like, if the left hadn't done the weird thing with the 15,000, you've got to identify me gender things, they would have gotten away with it, dude. If they had not done the stuff with the books in the library, they would have gotten away with it. But the thing is they had too many of these lazy people going, why are you bugging me? Like, really, dude? Like, I really just want to drink my Bud Light and jerk off to my football and put my Gadsden flag stickers on my car. I don't really want to like be that involved. Like, I don't really see the big thing except people just being annoyed they got to use the bandwidth, like to be like, dude, like, because no one really cares, dude. It's that's what it seems to me. Like there isn't a real movement against like woke culture. It's more like you're inconveniencing me and I don't like it, dude. I just want to go get my Burger King and I want to eat my corporate food and I don't want to think about you. And the minute the lefty was like, no, you must think about me. You must think about me. And the conservatives were like, dude, I don't want to. And the lefties are like, yes, you must. And they were like, all right, fuck, if you're going to make me think about you, like, go away. Like, go away. Which got misinterpreted to like, they hate me. They don't hate you. They just don't have any time for your thing because they're busy jerking off to Bud Light and football and porn and polishing their guns they're never going to use. So, you know, like I'm not surprised that any of this is happening. So no, I don't see it as some new apathy. I just see this as a pretty standard issue that most people don't want to be bothered, dude. And they will gladly let 20% of their population be just rounded up and taken away and put in a blender because it's just too much work to like say something about it or do anything. It's just like, dude, if those guys gotta go, it's fine. As long as no one comes and bugs me, dude. As long as no one's bugging me, like, fuck those guys, dude. And that's the way I think that that's the way it comes down for human beings, dude. It's like, just, you know what? If those dudes got to go, so I'm not bugged, like, oh, well. You know, you look at it through those things, man. It's we're too busy working jobs. Not according to the big right-wing thing that employment is that apparently that's not the thing. Is everyone's unemployed. The manufacturing's overseas. So like the jobs aren't there, right? Like that's the big propaganda on the right is like the jobs aren't here. They're all overseas and blah, 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 blah. So the left, they don't work. So I don't see that doesn't seem to be that big of a concern either, dude. Like the right is like, again, the right is super, super down to like hire illegal labor too, dude. Like, let's not pretend that that isn't going on, dude. We're too busy working jobs to care. Yeah, okay, well. Anyway, did you ever mediate while getting sober? What does that mean, dude? Meditate. Not a big meditator, dude. I do it when I do my art. Art's my meditation. But I see it's already 8:30, dude. I'm gonna get going here. You can tip your talker, you can get some t-shirts, you can laugh at the clown show, and you know, there's a PayPal link down below. You can just put some straight up dough in the account. That's always nice. You can join, become a member, dude. We like the membership thing. That has helped boost the algorithm, dude. And we're doing that kind of thing. So tip your talker. And Cactus did, so thank you, Cactus. You can't be for illegal immigration against slave labor at the same time. You can't. All right, wait, Mr. Richard, you can't be for illegal immigration and against slave labor at the same time. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. Yes, the illegal immigration is slave labor. Yes, that is being used to unfairly use people as slave labor. 100% agreed. Yes, I'm opposed to illegal immigration, and I'm opposed to corporate and private sector employment entities using illegal immigrants as cheap labor. Yes, I think I am opposed to slave labor and illegal immigration because they both equal each other. Yes, I am opposed to these things. And again, there wouldn't be much illegal immigration. Again, no, I don't think you're taking a jab at me, Mr. Richard. I was just trying to like get the like what it is, because what most people don't understand is the right uses illegal immigrant labor too. The right's got no problem buying. Listen, like when you want to talk about manufacturing, right? Like I need to bring manufacturing back from America, dude. Like, well, most people go and shop and buy Chinese made goods that are imported anyhow, dude. Like that is not a strictly left leaning problem of buying imported Chinese goods. That is everybody in America doing that. So you can't argue that that this is the fault of the left. You can argue that this is the fault of the left and the right and all Americans, that they don't care enough to pay more for manufactured goods made in the good old US of A, dude. And they're not willing to pay for them, dude. And hence we have imported Chinese goods and we have illegal immigrants coming here to do the work that corporate America and Americans won't pay for. So yeah, I don't get the whole thing of you can't look at this as a one-way street, dude. Like if the illegal, like again, I'm not into the whole like the scumbaggery of the like. Listen, I live in California, dude. I pay for my own health care while the illegals get free healthcare. That's insane, dude. Like, don't get me wrong here, that the system's broken across the board. But if you want to bring manufacturing back from America, then the people that need to stop buying imported goods are people that want to bring manufacturing back to America and are willing to pay for quality made goods. There doesn't need to be tariffs or anything. You just have to be willing as a consumer to pay 10 times more for a quality made United States product. And I think I'm willing to do that, but you can't get most of it because it ain't made in America, because most of the stuff that claims to be made in America might just be assembled in America and not made in America, dude. We're talking, and why can't we get this stuff made in America? Because why the stuff's made in China? Because they don't have any like responsibility to keep their environment clean, dude. And again, if you want to live in like a dirty, smoggy, Superfund site, you can, but that's why we won't pay to keep our manufacturing sector clean, right? Clean drinking water, clean air, clean, like I'm willing to pay. So let's say a circular saw, right? A circular saw costs what? $300? $300 for a circular saw that's made predominantly overseas with crappy parts because they don't want to pay to have clean manufacturing in the United States. I will pay $1,000 for a circular saw that's going to last me 50 years if it's made with clean manufacturing. But see, that's not the American marketing model. The American marketing model is it needs to break, so you have to buy a new one in 2 years, right? So yeah, plastic straws are going to save us, dude. Exactly. Go Grizzly Tools. Grizzly Tools, is that the thing? Grizzly Tools. I'll go check out Grizzly Tools. Ethan Lowe. I haven't had to buy any tools in so long. I'm Grizzly. We'll go to Grizzly Tools, dude. Yeah, like to get a really good table saw is like $3,000, dude. Like that's like bottom of the good table saw market, dude. Like, but you gotta have somewhere to put it too, dude. Chamomile. I'm gonna try again with the chamomile, dude. Dude, I gotta get going. Hey, thanks Missing Remote. I appreciate you and Randy Bobard, the gold, and thank you both. Designing obsolescence. It's way they're pushing the EVs. Design obsolescence. My grandfather gave me a book published in the 50s about that. Designed obsolescence. I think that's what it was called, dude. No, this is an actual corporate maneuver to like make shit that doesn't work, dude. I don't know, dude. I found a bunch of rocks today out in the desert. Owl's going to come here and pitch his little rock selling thing in a minute. I'm making a video for him. So support the little dude's like business. He goes out into the desert. He collects all of his obsidian and he washes it and packages it, and he's all stoked about it. So with that said, don't let these dudes steal your glory, dude. Remember, joy is the act of rebellion. That's the greatest rebellion you can have, is be joyful. I've been failing a lot at it lately. I've been unjoyful about a lot of stuff. And so I gotta remind myself that joy is our only way we can rebel against this tyrannical, insane oligarch, orange Caesar, golden pager reality we're entering, dude. Joy, just go joyful. I'm gonna go tell my wife I love her, my son I love her, and go from there. And we're gonna try again every day, dude, to be everything that God hopes we can and should be. With that said, links down below, and use the name tags. Be kind to yourself, be kind to each other, and don't let it get you down, dude. It's at this point, dude, that dude already got pissed enough for all of us, dude. Truthfully, dude. All right, this is the Illusion signing off. Oh, wait, dude, I'm trying to like share. Wait. I was gonna end it one more time. Wait. Yeah, dude. All right, later, you guys and gals.